Wun-Weng the arrival of the owner. Many people, and particularly those who try to intentionally misunderstand issues, have misunderstood it to mean that South Sudan is owned by Salva Kiir and his family. This is not.
Welcome to Jimosi podcast. Ateny Wek recently wrote an article referring to Adut Salva Kiir as Wun-Weng on the day that she was appointed as a Senior Presidential Envoy for special programs. Wun-Weng in Dinka, what it means, it loose translation, is the cow owner, the owner of that cow. And this article that he wrote caused a lot of debate among the South Sudanese on social media on its interpretation.
Wun-Weng I said the arrival of the owner. Many people, and particularly those who try to intentionally misunderstand issues, have misunderstood it to mean that South Sudan is owned by Salva Kiir and his family. This is not my intention. My intention was that I have to use an adage which can only be understood by those who are actually culturally inclined. In Dinka, when you say Wun-Weng, this comes to the story when a lion attacked a cow, and they start eating the cow. Even if the herders try their best to ensure the lion goes away before the cow is dead, the lion would say the owner has not come because these people are not the owner. Because when the owner comes, he will throw away the spears and come empty-handed to the lion, taking the risk to even be eaten with his cow together. That is what I have taken. Wun-Weng manatu kohor bukai kohor twit, and then kohor twit kakai. The little kohor twit owner. The kohor will have to leave now. Wun-Weng Madam Adut, you.
First of all, let's do some clarification here that we have no dog in this fight. Let's start from there. Yeah.
We are not stakeholders.
Exactly. So, as a regular South Sudanese citizen, what was your understanding of the word wing and core? Or who were the people that you understood as wing and core in this story of Wun-Weng?
Yeah,
which is cow and lion. When I saw the article, and Adut being appointed, and now she's coming as the real owner of the cow, my interpretation was the same with other people, that wing in this particular case is the country.
Okay.
And the country is being destroyed. And
By
now,
who?
so there's wing. So wing being eaten by lion is being destroyed by Kiir. And Kiir, in my opinion, were corrupt individuals around the presidency. So that was my understanding of that when I first read the article, that the country is being eaten by
being destroyed.
Yeah, by corrupt leaders.
Okay.
And now the people that want to fix things because they have an image to protect have now come, who really own South Sudan. And in this case, the elder child of Salva Kiir was appointed. And she's
But
coming
is that
to
with the
fix things.
firstborn?
Yes, she is.
Is she?
Yes. Okay, go ahead now and talk of your interpretation of what other people were saying.
Okay, so personally, I don't follow Ateny Wek. Whenever he posts, I just come across his post. Like if it's something randomly like that, the way Facebook usually suggests things, or if it's something that South Sudanese are talking about, then I check to see, okay, what's happening and all that.
Okay.
But then he usually writes very long articles, so I get tired reading quickly.
Okay.
Yeah. So in this case, I came across a post where Agil Machar was trying to elaborate or to name people who are not even named in that analogy. And
There
then
were
he
no
said,
people mentioned. It was just Weng
yeah.
and Korah, and then the honor.
Now, people came up with their own interpretation, right? So Agil Machar said that the cow is President Kiir. And then the owner of the cow is Adut, the one who has been appointed. And then Kur, he named the crown prince, said Bolmel is Kur. And then the Scotchcock, like other people.
Yeah.
So other people in that case are like
the headers of the shepherds. That's what he was referring. Like the headers will try to protect the cow.
Yeah.
But because they will be using spears, trying to protect the cow, the lion will know these are not the real owners. So that's why they're using a spear to try to scare me away.
Yeah.
So other people, in that.
And also that these people will not give it their all because it's not their cow, right? They'll just try to scare it away, not like they necessarily want to kill the lion so that it doesn't eat the cow. But then he said Kor is Bolmel. And then Koitkok or the herders and other people, he said that's the regular citizens, including those who criticize the corrupt individuals and all that. And then he said he himself is one of those, the others. So when people looked at it, okay, so why Bolmel? Then I looked back to an interview that he did recently with Kiir'S. And then in that interview, he mentioned that President Kiir is being manipulated by those around him, like the lobbyists, people like Bolmel and stuff, for their own self-interest. So given that that's what he said not long ago, maybe 1 week or less than 2 weeks ago, and then now Ateny Wek came in with the issue of this analogy of the owner of the cow and insinuating that Adut is the owner of the cow, and that's how he interpreted it. And if you look back, he has been fighting Bolmel for a while now, since his appointment. And then it's like he means this person has been making people to be fired, and then only those who he recommends are the ones who get the appointing positions. But in real sense, he's not making any progress in terms of anything that would benefit the entire nation. So when Adut got appointed, he congratulated Adut. To me now, since the owner of the cow, or like someone who has something at stake and has a reputation to protect, has been appointed, she's going to work very hard to make sure that the image of her father is not tainted, and all those corrupt individuals, anyone who tries to manipulate, lobby and stuff, can be kicked out.
Okay, yeah. So I will come to a Gilmachar saga with Bolmel at a later time, but let me ask you this question: that in the interpretation of Agil Machar, that Kur is Bolmel and the cow or Weng is Salva Kiir. When they say that the cow is being attacked, so it's being eaten, and the cow is becoming weak, there's one way. So the question is, in your understanding, do you think the cow, which is in this case is President Kiir, was actually being attacked by the lion, or the cow itself was starving himself by not eating the grass? My understanding will be that this cow was not being attacked by any lion. The cow was starving himself.
Why?
Because he had the appointing powers. Why did he have to always end up appointing bad people? Why does he have to keep a bad company that advise him to do the wrong decision? So in my opinion, this cow was starving himself. It was not the lion that was actually eating him, because he had a lot of protective gear to protect himself or to protect itself from the lion, the president, because all the powers belong to the president. Why did he let all this mess happen for 20 years? And we still go there saying Kiir or the lion is Bolmel. I would say, no, this one is not true, because Bolmel recently joined his government on a serious note this year or late last year. In 2005, Bolmel was not making any decisions. In 2008, Bolmel was not there. 2011, Bolmel was not there. Until 2013, Bolmel was not there. So we are referring to Bolmel as Kiir in this case. I would say it will not be a correct interpretation or the correct how do you call it, the correct presentation of himself.
Yeah, no, I think he was kind of trying to justify whatever he had asserted earlier, that Bolmel is manipulative.
Yeah, but the thing is, so that's why I was like, I will come to that, because I look at Bolmel. Bolmel is manipulative when he just became a vice president recently.
But he has been has been an entrepreneur.
Yes, so how does he become more influential compared to other people that were more stronger than him? Like those of Waniga was there, Kwal Manyang was there, Awena Akut was there, those are Makundes. All these big people, even those from Prakazal, they were way closer to President Kiir than Bolmel. So in my opinion, I feel like Bolmel is just being fought for no reason.
Okay.
The mess of this country is not entirely on Bolmel, it's on the president. In my opinion, is the president. He has all the powers to appoint and fire people, which he has been doing on weekly basis.
Yeah, and like my main issue with this whole saga is that even if you say the president has the wrong company or has bad people, bad influence around him, why does he keep on recycling the same people? If you're going to siphon the national coffers and you clear all the money in it, you take tenders and don't supply, or you take you don't really fulfill your job obligations, then the president has no business of reappointing you into a leadership position. He should look for fresher people to start working with those ministries. And then gauge them. If someone is performing, then there's no point of every 3 months, 6 months, someone has been fired, another person is brought in. That thing brings projects into a stall. Because something that was started by somebody else is very hard for another person to come and complete it based on the vision of the originator.
Well, this is why I told you earlier that this cow was not being eaten. The cow was starving itself by not eating the grass. Like you put it, why do you keep recycling the same people that you appoint today? They go into office for 2 years or for some month. They do nothing. You remove them, then you bring them back. Are you not starving yourself as a cow? You are.
Okay.
So in this case, if we take the literal interpretation that this is Kiir, is Bolmel or other corrupt people, and cow is Kiir, then I would say no. The cow has the big issue. Like to me, either it was running toward the lion and has not been getting scared of saving himself from that one, but when I look at the article itself, the people that fought it a lot, that did back and forth, and the people that stood out to be the main critiques of it, that made the main critiques of it, are Jock Madut.
Doctor.
Yes, he's a professor. He's a PhD holder.
In Syracuse, US.
Of anthropology. He's in US. And Ateny Wek himself is the writer.
Yeah.
Is the writer of the article. And Agil Machar is another person. When you look at all
There's also Nani Dengbol.
Yeah.
He responded to it, but I didn't read what exactly he said.
When I look at all of them, none of them took Dengbol serious. And when you look at the three people, they are all from Barkazal. So that's why I think they took themselves more serious compared to Dengbol. But again, look, all of them are not in the government. But all of them were in that government. And then they came out.
Ateny Wek was the former
Press secretary for the
at the
president.
office of the president.
Yes, so he was there and left. Jong Madud was assistant minister at some point in South Sudan before he was kicked out. Agil Machar.
I thought he was working with Sud Institute.
No, he was
Like a
assistant
research
minister.
center. Okay.
Yeah, before he was kicked out and then he went back to US.
Okay, let me
So
see.
these are people outside the government that are fighting themselves.
That were once stakeholders.
Yeah. So we are referring to, let's say we were to refer to this country as the wing, then they are part of the lions that have been destroying this country. Why did they fix things when they were there themselves? And it seemed like Ateny Wek and Agil Machar are on one side and Jog Madut is on the opposite side. And it seemed like when you categorize them, then Ateny Wek and Agil Machar are supporting Adut, and Jog Madut seemed to be protecting Bolomel. So everyone's like they want to be appointed. They are championing for their positions, but so
go ahead.
Yes, I was going to ask you: do you think Ateny Wek and Agil Machar have bad blood with Bolomel? Or they hate him a little bit? Why all this attack on him? And especially Agil Machar.
I think it has something to do with positions. You know, like Bolomel has come with a very high speed. Recently, he was just a nobody, like a regular business person, because he was into the construction industry, especially roads, with the ANC. Is it ANC or ARC? ARC.
Yeah.
And then shortly after, he used to get those government tenders to build this road to this and all that. There are some projects that didn't work out as expected. There's that road that was flashed out. I think it's the road from Juba towards Baragazal. So, and then all of a sudden, he's appointed into the vice president position. And within a few months, was upgraded, like he's just keeping on rising. So people saw a threat, and a lot of people thought there's an attempt of trying to make Bolomel succeed President Salva Kiir, not necessarily through appointment, but like by the time people vie for elections, then he could be the incoming candidate for the SPLM-IG. So that means he would knock a lot of people out. Yeah. If he becomes the most powerful person after the president. But now that the president's daughter has been brought into the public service, then they see there's no way the president is going to proceed with making Bolomel inherit his leadership, but instead he can use one of his kids to take over. So it's like, if I can't have you, then nobody will have you, kind of thing.
Yeah, but again, I feel like people attack Bolomel sometimes for no reason, because before Bolomel went into the presidential envoy, before he was appointed the vice president, he was just a regular business person doing well in business. But guess who was there at the presidential office? Kiir's son himself was there. Why didn't people think that at that time this guy was the real owner of the cow? And another two sons, and then the two of them were actually upgraded after that. So why do people, like, sometimes I feel like, I don't want to speak for Bolomel, but I feel like people have some kind of jealousy toward him for what he has done for himself. Because this guy, I used to think Bolomel had actually went to the outside world, like either to Maju, Europe, or America. But no, Bolomel has never been to any part of this world. Yeah. He completed his school, I think his primary school around the side of Uganda, even high school. And then he went to Kenya where he did his things and even got his PhD there. He
went to USIU in Kenya.
Yeah, he did Masters of MBA, Masters of Business Administration. And he has been able to do a lot of things for himself. I don't know his family background to say that he comes from a privileged background, even if
I think he was privileged. His father kind of held some position at some point.
But when you look at his father and other known fathers, his father doesn't sound to be a prominent person compared with other people that have not rise to the level that he is.
Yeah, like I don't think he's as prominent as people like Makwin Loet and Kwal Manyan.
Yes.
But he kind of held some position at some point.
Yeah,
Not necessarily a government position, but probably was prominent in his own way, like as a chief or as a general in the army. Yeah.
So all these people were there. So like I just feel like I'm not trying to say Bolmel is a good person or a bad person, but I'm saying look at what he has done for himself. Why do you guys hate him so much?
You want to be his spokesperson?
Yes, can you appoint me, please? Because I was seeing some people here that were given some position. They had those positions. They never change anything. If this guy is working for himself and is going to be a president, if he work through it, then yeah, that is called, how do you call it?
But yeah, Mwenzio.
No, this is not luck. He's working for it. It's a hard work.
Element of luck, my friend.
Yeah, but it's a hard work.
Be hard work alone.
Yeah, it has a lot of hard work.
Okay.
There's something in person. There's always something in a person that's doing better than you.
Yeah.
Don't just hate them. They know something better than that you are not doing.
Maybe he's a sweet talker. Like not in English though, but he can talk in Dinka with this.
Yeah, if he's a friendly person, then what is preventing you? So in this case, like the whole thing itself, I was thinking this is South Sudan. But when Ateny Wek tried to interpret it, no, he was referring to Kiir. No.
Not like the thing is with these people.
There are so many family members of Kiir in this government compared with other people. So this is their cow. The country is their cow. And they are cow owners.
Okay, so before I say what I wanted to say, I came across an article by someone called Henry Makwim. I think this one is also from Barkazar. And he was saying that this analogy has a lot of fallacies because, first of all, you can't just refer to the presidency like a private entity. The country is not one person's property.
Yeah.
So you cannot use such analogy to describe what's currently happening in the country. This means you are kind of disenfranchising people from engaging politically. And then let's say, for example, if people were to do an election, then they might feel like they are not stakeholders in whatever is happening. But in real sense, the owner of the cow are the citizens.
Yes.
Who are the electorate, the people who are supposed to elect a president and choose their leaders. And that if citizens accept the narrative of Wun-Weng as family entitlement, then they surrender their sovereignty to dynastic politics. But if they insist that the cow is their collective property, then leaders, including Adut, must prove their worth through service, humility, and accountability, not lineage. So I actually agree a lot with this person on the things that he's pointing out to be very wrong with this article. Because some people might take the opportunists will take opportunity, or like they will take advantage of the situation and try to make a way out for themselves instead of working for greater good of everyone. And like simply that classification of putting everything all together and concentrating it into one individual or one family does not really make sense.
But at the end of the day, we have to conclude by saying interpretation of Ateny Wek is the right interpretation because it's the right of the article. It's the one that we were thinking when it was referring to all these people, Kur, Lion, and other people. So we can take his interpretation, but the way that he brought it to the public and what were happening at that point, citizens were okay to interpret it the way that they did. And And I would say, yes, I don't know, guys. What do you think of Wun-Weng, the cow owner? And yeah, it doesn't make sense to me when we refer to Kiir as the cow and then the daughter is the cow owner. Yeah, if it was the case of Adut being the president and now Salva Kiir coming as the cow owner, then yeah, it makes some sense there because it is his daughter in that case. But I don't know, what do you people think? Or do we just go with interpretation of Ateny Wek because it's the right of that article?
No,
and again, if you guys want to have a different perspective, go to Jong Madut Facebook
Dr.
page,
Jog Madut,
read some of his article, go to Agil Machar page, read some of his interpretation and some of his article, and go to the writer himself and
Ateny Wek,
Dengbol. And as
also
informed
Dengbol.
citizen, you can now make your conclusion from all those 4 articles or rebuttals that are happening here and there.
I still feel like maybe Ateny Wek came out with that interpretation after facing the heat for what he had said. Because this can be some sort of, like I said earlier, it disenfranchises the citizens from being stakeholders in the country. Because this country does not belong to only one person or one family. And if you start making such assertions, then it means you are supporting creation of dynasties, whereby only the leaders or the generals have the power to put their children in positions of power, such that when they leave the positions of power or when they leave government, then their children take over. And from that, the cycle continues. But the country does not belong to anyone in particular. It belongs to all of us as South Sudanese. So whatever happens in that country is supposed to be beneficial to everyone. And all the citizens are entitled to the same opportunities and the same treatment. It's not like these things are
But if that's the case,
birthright.
if that is the case, then citizens have the right of uniting as one group and leave the ruling group as one unit and see who have the numbers.
That can only be possible if people are enlightened and educated and know their political rights. Let's say, for example, like in Kenya, we recently saw the Maandamano or Gen Z protest in 2024, and they did the same thing in 2025. So that kind of holds the government accountable, as much as the opposition and the ruling party are kind of intermarried at the moment. The Gen Z protest at least showed them, that is the elites or the political elites, that the country does not belong to them. And that it's the people who have the voices and they can actually recall you.
Yeah, but we don't have to be Kenyans, right? Because we have a lot of South Sudanese in Kenya and they saw that. So those groups are enlightened. We have these other people that sold the whole thing online. So people are getting enlightened at the same time. But the thing that take everybody back is when you listen to his interpretation, people were clapping. People were sharing. So it means there's a group that supports a kind of analogies that are being made around the presidency and who exactly does it belong to. So it's going to take a little bit of civic education, but everything take time, right? So it will be one step at a time.
That's why I'm saying, like, if you compare our literacy rate to that of Kenya, then by far we are extremely behind. And we have a lot of tribalism. People don't look at who is going to do this job properly and for the benefit of everyone. That's why you see every time someone is appointed, the entire clan will be, oh, congratulations, I don't know, A, B, C, D. They'll start saying things that don't really matter.
And they were not saying that they were not saying when you were not appointed. When you're not the same person.
You are the same, but right now it's like it's their turn to eat.
Yeah.
And then when another person is appointed, then those people whose individual has been demoted, they will get mad.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if you go back to that analogy of the cow, it's like this cow was giving you milk when you had it, which is the position. But now that it's taken to another person, that means you're not going to milk it again.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to benefit the new owner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if we remove tribalism and then choose people for who they are, not because they are going to benefit us through corrupt means or that they are going to give us job opportunities, lobby for us, and all that. If someone is bad, you all know, like corrupt individuals, even in your own communities. If you see that person is appointed, you clearly know that this person is not going to benefit anyone, or they are not going to serve the people. And there's no point of trying to play along. It's better you just reserve your congratulations. Because it's like you are covering up for someone who has a bad character.
Mm-hmm.
And you are preaching that he's a good person.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2-3 years down the line, they end up draining their account and not accomplishing projects, yet they have inflated the prices of those projects.
Yeah. So, all right. So that's it for Jimosi podcast. Let us know if you guys think the cow in this scenario is South Sudan. Then the cow need to be slaughtered, and then we make soup so that all the citizens can taste the soup. And we go from there.
One cow, 12 million soup.
Yes. Because of Shurba defense forces, we need some soup there. All right, so please consider subscribing, leave a comment, like, and share with your friends.
Yeah, let us know if South Sudan belongs to one person, one family, or those specific families. Over the last couple of posts you've seen, we did like several videos around nepotism and what's currently happening. So drop your thoughts.